Terrorblade doesn't really like dealing with the Mystic Snake either. Being able to... okay. It came out eventually. I was a little bit worried. I was going Witch Doctor and Enchantress to open this up. This looks pretty friendly here. But finally we see Medusa Broodmother.
Friendly no longer. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That is a really sick pick.
They don't have a ton of ways of dealing with this one just yet. I feel like if you get yourself that that pipe, all of a sudden Dragonite isn't going to be able to fire onto the spiders. You can run these people down. Medusa is going to struggle quite a bit for a period of time. There's that awkward position like post leaning phase before you can actually turn on the spiders and kill them with your split shot that Medusa really doesn't like. And they only have one pick to kind of fix that. The heroes they have right now, that's all single target on like Witch Doctor is Cask. Willow, it can like drop a Bramble Maze or try to drop a Cursed Crown on the spiders to stun them, but a lot of time you're going to be dead first. So,
yeah, I really like the choice to just immediately ban out the Mars. Like I said over and over again, probably the best hero in the off lane to deal with the Broodmother, and it doesn't really give Infamous a lot of options here. They actually ban out Kunkka. I mean, Kunkka would offer some great control for the Medusa. She's not he doesn't really help deal with the mana burn, but it's great defense in these fights at keeping this Terrorblade safe, right? Like having that boat buff just makes it even that much more difficult to deal with this hero.
It's also possible they're watching that previous series. They know that they don't have a lot of frontline right now on the side of the Dire here, right? They saw that other series that go, okay, they weren't really able to bring down the Kunkka or the Sven. Shadow Shaman's not going to sit in front. Terrorblade isn't going to be able to sit in front for quite a while. Enchantress can't. Broodmother's going to be off on the other side of the map doing their own thing. They need a frontliner, and that frontliner needs to be in the mid lane. They've already taken Dragonite for themselves, so getting rid of Kunkka is a very big move. And I think now they've kind of realized they punished themselves with banning out that Mars. If they had taken that, it would have been great for the mid lane even.
Yeah, they could have. They had
that's next pick.
Oh, you know what? They don't. Yeah, they do have next pick. Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they're realizing that they messed up now, and they're going through quite a bit of reserve time thinking about, okay, what do we ban out next? Are we going to make sure that we aren't going to ban out something that we need to pick here? Because again, no frontliner. And that's going to be a problem if you don't want to get run over by these heroes while Broodmother's doing her own thing. Because right now, again, Fluffy Tail ain't going to cut it.
No, not at all. You've got Broodmother in the off lane, most likely Terrorblade in the safe lane. Like You've got to have a mid lane hero that offers that, like you said, that tankiness to your lineup. Kunkka and Mars are like the two best probably from the mid lane. Maybe they didn't notice that Mini Sand King got banned and that they're just suddenly having that meltdown of like, oh God, wait a minute, guys. Quite not the greatest oversight, but one of them for sure. We'll see what they decide to do. It is going to be an important pick for the side of the Dire here. Like if they don't pick something tanky enough that can control this Medusa, I don't know what you can do.
About the Bat Rider next. So they don't really have any solutions for Sticky, anything like that. Bat Rider also do decent at initiating, but need a frontline who could probably build a BKB and get away with it pretty quickly. I'm thinking
10 seconds remain.
You think Magnus is too far out of left field?
Magnus is actually pretty good here, I think, especially with the Terrorblade. I think it's pretty good. I'm trying to think of literally any other hero. You could look at Legion as a potential, but Duel doesn't feel that good here.
Bristleback?
You don't have a lot of break options, but Viper's still in the pool.
Radiant's turn to pick.
They take the Death Prophet. Okay.
Not super tanky, but definitely an in-the-front fighter. She does need to get items before she tanks up.
It does deal with the Dragonite fairly well, too. Able to drop that Soul Siphon onto him, potentially run him down. You don't have a ton of kill potential. It's a little bit difficult for Shadow Shaman or Enchantress to get on top of the DK when you're trying to run them down. Very slow hero Shadow Shaman. Enchantress would rather stay over in like close to the side lanes where you've got creeps to work with.
The silence is really good this game too. There's a lot of good spells that they can stop down with these.
They've got very good lane push with this, though. I gotta say, they got wards to work with: Terrorblade, Metamorph, Illusions, Broodmother, Death Prophet.
They have tons of tower damage.
Yeah, you are going to need items though on this Death Prophet, so you don't just get blown up immediately in these team fights. I think if you pick up a last hero here with a lot of burst, probably want to do that. I mean, you could have been able to do that with the Mars between Spear and Arena. Ember Spirit would be okay at doing that and starting fights. Yeah, you could just
Tá
go
safe,
for
eu quero ver
Void
os caras
Spirit
descer
here.
o Big Boss.
You could go for a what? Void Spirit?
Void Spirit, yeah. What are they gonna take? They take the puck. All right, I should have said that one. Completely slips my mind. I home in on the Spirit here. I was like, yeah, puck does basically the same thing.
Usually a
Starts
hero that's
fights.
banned, right? So I'm not gonna fault you for that one. KXY on his puck. We're gonna see Parker take the Medusa, and Mariano will be on that DK as a result. Do you call him by Mariano nowadays? Because I've kind of given into it, and I refer to him as Mariano now.
Oh, that's I'll go over Mariano.
You'll go
Much
for it?
easier. Yeah, he's
All
got
right.
the anime Dragon Knight, by the way.
Oh my god.
We're not going to talk about that.
He doesn't have the helmet or the armor. Oh
Yeah, it's just even more anime.
perfect.
He's just turned him into dragon. Look how handsome he is. That hair? He's looking
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
good. He just looks like he's from a different game than the rest of the
I'll be
heroes, to
honest, this should have just been a model update, I feel like. I don't think it needed to be a persona. I feel like this just could have been a model update, and then like he just still has his items.
We don't update models.
Yeah.
When we can get
when we can charge for it.
But yeah, it does look pretty nice, but it looks like it's from a different game from the rest of them. I do like it though. Morphling next.
I'm sorry, who? What hero are you saying?
The water guy.
I'm not following. Is there something wrong with the water guy?
Particles.
Something 10 particles, or I don't know.
Yeah,
Tá safe, eu quero ver os caras descer o Big
Use it
Boss.
wisely.
that's why no one's
eu
going to
quero ver os caras
take
descer o
the
Big Boss.
morphling. Isn't pretty enough.
Tá safe, eu quero ver os caras descer o Big Boss.
I just gotta put him in the anime. It'll be fine.
Yeah, next season's all about him. The morphling. I'd watch that.
I'd watch it.
I mean, I've watched things with worse plots than water moving around the Dotaverse.
All right, we've got it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. If you're just tuning in, it is our it's our final series here in the lower bracket round 2 elimination games here. Infamous versus BINOMISTAS, and it's a big game for both these teams. Infamous, I think we're both surprised to see in the lower bracket in the first place, but life on the line for both of them.
Just 30 seconds now.
I mean, it was rough. I was surprised that Infamous got here. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I thought they would take that series earlier against Ego Boys. End up going to 3 games. Ego Boys coming out ahead, fighting for their lives here, and to get to the international $40 million tournament. For everybody tuning in or not familiar right now, they're going all out here. I'd love to see them win, but I also love an underdog story.
It all
Who doesn't, man?
comes down to this.
Infamous tends to do pretty well when it comes to be TI times. Not forget that they are the organization that once held Anvergesa, which is now Beast Coast.
That is true, yeah. Good old cat burgers. Remember, never forget.
Organization has an eye for talent, clearly.
Yes.
Let's see
I
if,
can never
we pull
get
off this-
Parker's name. I can never remember it because it's never an actual name. It's just symbols. And he never puts his actual name in his game. So it's always difficult to figure out who he is.
Yeah, that's how he gets you.
Yeah. Top lane, support battle here. Enchantress versus the Dark Willow. That Nature's Attendance is gonna expire relatively quick here. He's got a Bramble. It's gonna catch. This might be first blood. He pops the Fairy Fire, trying to juke it out. One more auto attack is all he needs from downtown. First blood for the Dark Willow.
I love the sound of money.
And I'm surprised by having to navigate around those brambles. Getting caught inside the first ones is what brought you down there. I mean, you've got so much movement speed to work with, but she managed to chase you anyway with that first initial one catching you. Trying to punish this Dark Willow now, but they're not going to be able to zone her out. All that extra gold is going to go a long way as well, I imagine. Getting themselves some early boots. There's another Bramble catching the Enchantress.
Yeah, she's gonna have to just pop that heal back away. I mean, the Dragon Tail into Bramble is a pretty substantial amount of damage, actually.
Yeah, this is really slowing down the Enchantress's game, though. A lot of time you aren't really wanting to go Nature's Attendance. Yes, it lets you trade fairly well, but you don't have that same harass and damage potential as you would enchanting a big creep and hitting them with all the extra damage or a spell from it.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
kidding.
Michael. Just standing his ground, clicking him down there.
Hey, he just gets level 2, and as a result, pops that Shadow Realm. Probably gonna use this damage maybe on Benny. He's gonna chew through the trees. He does. He ends up finding Nuages there, and Michael now needs to run as those Nature's Attendants have come off cooldown. He does have Fairy Fire and a Tango. Michael should be able to survive this, and he will indeed.
In the bottom lane, there was a bit of a scuffle. Sexy Hat almost going down, but extra HP regen he has inside his webs, and as well as eating a Tango, managed to survive a Maledict that just about kicked him out.
Mid lane KXY versus Mini. I mean, a lot of people here are probably very familiar with KXY, one of the all-star mid players here from South America. Now, Mini, like you said, he's been playing a lot of Sand King mid recently, and it was actually a respect ban to this game. Death Prophet, like, do you have any idea how familiar he is with this hero?
He plays this one quite a bit. Not as much as Storm, but
Yeah, I know it's Mini for Storm for sure.
powerful gamer with that hero. Not something you generally want to give up, but Storm has fallen off a little bit in the current patch, I feel. There's like very specific games where you're able to pick it. A lot of time when the squishy heroes are a backline that you want to jump. This is not necessarily one of those games.
Yeah, especially with heroes like Lion and DK being very popular in the meta. It just makes Storm Spirit so difficult. Like, DK crushes you in the lane, and then also, well, I mean, once he has like level 3, level 4, he crushes you in the lane, but he just takes your tower, you get that instant stun. Ooh, bottom lane, a little bit too aggressive there on the Witch Doctor as Sexy Fat and Jupiter just burst down the Witch Doctor.
Going up pretty quickly. Has to be a bit more careful. I mean, you are dealing with that shackle. Keep that in mind. No, this'll. I mean, they want to try to zone this Broodmother from the lane, so they'll play a little bit aggressive here. But again, giving up too much early game to the Brood, especially when it's 4th pick, you're not dealing as well with it as you did in the first series that we saw. Game number 1 that you and I casted today. 3 overall here on the B stream. Yeah, if you don't have the same strength heroes or heroes that can just cleave down the spiders, and the Broodmother has a good start, you're in a lot of trouble.
Benny pops the meta in the top lane again, just wanting to get as much CS out of this as possible. Honestly, Mariano's doing pretty good. He's 18-4. He's tied exactly with this Terror Blade. And that's like a pretty... Oh, Jupiter looks like he's baiting it back to base off of that Maledict. But you're pretty happy with that if you're the DK here, right?
Yeah, and you owe this all to Michael for making these first couple of waves a lot easier. Zoning that Enchantress out, forcing him to get Nature's Attendants level 1, warding up the hard camp beside your lane. I mean, this is something that some of the teams didn't react to properly inside the Major. They forgot to ward this camp up against the Enchantress, and so she just got like powerful big creeps right beside the lane, wasting no time at all in spotting the enemies.
Yeah, we don't make those kind of mistakes here in South America, of course. Coil comes out mid. Death Prophet not quite level 6, meaning he had some snap to the coil, going a little bit too aggressive. Rotation in from the Witch Doctor as well. Maledict goes down. Able to keep himself alive for the moment thanks to that rain drop, but it's not going to be enough. Great rotation from the 2 supports here of Infamous.
Yeah, the level 6 is the big turnaround. I think that was an intentional coil snap there.
Yeah.
But they did a little bit more damage to the Death Prophet than I think he expected to take there. Didn't get the bottles off as she was juking the trees. Just about got away there, but not quite. Pretty big deal for Puck, but you know, now you're out of mana. Your Dream Quibble's on cooldown for a couple minutes, but 6-minute rune's about to spawn. Power rune on one side of the river, and of course the bounty rune. So Puck's can deal with that mana problem pretty quickly now.
Oh, dude, the new voice lines are actually so weird.
Okay. I thought they were scouting the, oh no, not going to get that because of the Enchantress. Very nice play there by Nuages.
Yeah. One of the things I wanted to point out earlier about Michael, we're praising this man for his plays this game. I mean, snipe the creep, heck yeah. Oh, he doesn't have TP though. He's gonna try and juke this one out, maybe. He's pretty fast with Tranquils, but base move speed on the Enchantress almost as much. So he will be able to make it out. One of the things Michael did as well that was really strong is he was able to block this small camp over and over and over. They got the D ward on the Enchantress, but he would still walk over and physically body block the camp. Bottom lane, Witch Doctor really low. Gonna go down Jupiter. Has that Maledict taken down Witch Doctor? Might be able to finish off the kill, but without any mana left on this Medusa, they should be able to clean him up. They do. The spawn Spiderlings get some shenanigans happening bottom here.
Yeah, top lane, they're trying to zone out Benny, but he's got too much armor for them to click him down.
I mean, you got the catapult and the dragon form here. They don't really care. They just want to push this tower as fast as possible to tank this damage if they have to. And comes the Death Prophet though with the exorcism. Gonna be able to stick on top of the Dragon Knight. Do they have the damage? They do indeed.
Just before he gets that TP off into his base, he goes down. They don't even manage to finish off the tower. I thought he'd try to stand his ground. They get one more auto attack off with the Corrosive Breath. Would have taken the tier 1. That's unhealable damage though. They're not going to be able to finish. Well, they're going to be able to finish that one off later. That's bottom lane. I wanted to. Huh?
Look at Michael. He's just gonna go yoink. He gets the tower. Unbelievable. This guy, dude. He knew. He was waiting for someone to try and deny that tower.
Yep. It's interesting that you can see that through fog.
Yeah,
right?
that's one thing I've taken advantage of way too many times. For those of you who don't know, you can actually see tower HP through fog. So if someone starts going for a deny, you can see the health bar going down.
What's the thing back in my Dota 1 days? Speaking of tier 1 towers, bottom lane, Sexy Fat gonna finish off this tier 1. No one dares approach the spider.
Yeah.
They just don't have the heroes to deal with it this game.
Very strong. KXY mid lane does pop his invis. I mean, they popped the coil there to try and get a kill here, maybe onto the Enchantress, but it's not going to be enough. In that engagement top, by the way, Mini took the entire tier 1 mid. So the Death Prophet doing exactly what it needs to be doing here, which is taking a lot of pressure onto the map.
Bottom tower is under attack.
So far, with 2 towers down here on the side of the Radiant, they're feeling pretty good about the space being made for Terrorblade.
Yeah. Next order of business for Mini is to tank up, working on that Defiance. I imagine he'll pick up some other tanky items after that is done. Has to be the front liner for these fights once Infamous are ready to fight into you. They'll probably play a little bit slower for now, given the fact they have a Medusa. But I don't think they'll wait for the Broodmother to just run you over. They got to make a couple plays of their own. Sexy Fat
is level 7. Does need to be a little careful about feeding these spiders. Oh.
Somewhere, someone lays blame.
Try and just contest for farm, it seems. Which, I mean, at the end of the day, is fine. Like, you're slowing down the Medusa's ability to jungle here, while Terrorblade, completely unbothered in his triangle, clearing up some ancient stacks, popping the meta to do so, and they cannot pressure into the triangle because of this Broodmother, right? Like, he cuts off this entire bottom section here, and unless they rotate by the mid tower, they're not gonna be able to connect onto that Terrorblade.
Yeah, and you know, you don't want to wait till late to deal with the Terrorblade. There's one thing I've learned from the Dota anime.
This is true, yeah. Spoiler alert. Terrorblade's in the anime. Top lane, they're gonna look for the puck. Shackles out with so much damage from the Exo, but it might not be enough. KXY ends up popping the coil. Well played by him. Max ranged jaunt there to that orb, and he's gonna escape. That's a big cooldown for nothing.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, he forced out the coil, but that's going to be up a lot quicker than this exorcism is. So nice escape there by them. Now everybody retreating back to their jungle. Sexy Fat continues to farm up her jungle now, the Brood's jungle.
Yes, this is Brood's jungle.
And Medusa has accepted that and moved on over to the triangle where it is safe. You know, sometimes you got to do what you Scooby-Dooby do.
Yeah, it's unlucky sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Now, as I set over towards the mid lane, potentially looking to pick off one of these support heroes, finds Michael, but realizes, all right, you got Shadow Realm to work with. I'm not going to be able to catch him. He can simply TP out or walk away.
Well, he actually just forced the Shadow Realm TP out of bottom lane a moment ago, so you knew it might have still been on cooldown. It's just now coming off, so Michael is safe again, but that's the threat of the Brood, right? You can't really show in lane as a support by yourself. Like, it will just run at you.
Yeah. And taking advantage of that right now on the Broodmother. Nobody can travel alone. They need to set up a buddy system. Farming up the jungle. If you can't get kills, well, I can out-farm the enemy team. Then now moving with the
Oh, go ahead. Mine is
these are
totally
the-
irrelevant.
Radiant's bottom
We'll hear you out after this. They weren't moving with the catapult down to the bottom, which is a bit surprising to me.
Well, they finally got the brood. Well played there. They actually held off on the terrorize, which means the coil didn't snap and Sexy Fat's out. Unless he
Yeah,
snapped the coil on his own, which I think that might have been what happened.
I only caught the tail end of that one, saw the broodmother down on the bottom side of that hill there, and got away with it. Hard to find keeping the broodmother alive there. They didn't end up burning through that barrier. And in their triangle now. Oh, tries to go for the great heist, but Witch Doctor stops him.
Well, did Witch Doctor stop? Yeah, okay, he did.
Yeah. What can you do?
D-ward award, I guess. I mean, that's a nice play there from Infamous, being able to grab that, a very strong ward spot here for both teams, right? Especially if you're trying to hide here in the jungle on the Medusa, you do not want them having vision of that.
Yep.
So far, though, Terrorblade is the top net worth. A slight gold advantage here for the Dire, just about 1,000, which I would say is expected, right? You got this this Broodmother. You've got this Death Prop, you got this Terrorblade. All of them farm pretty dang fast. They're actually going to go ahead and find the Willow in the top lane. They drop everything for this. Once again, they get the silence, though, from Mini. This is an Arcane Rune Exo, though, so it's going to come back off cooldown much faster. Looks like Witch Doctor dies at the tier 1 mid.
The radiant
Alright.
glyph is now active.
Why did that happen?
He was chasing Enchantress, I think, and then Broodmother just killed him.
Oh yeah, Broodmother running him down. The spider's doing.
Yeah, we're gonna find Puck for a moment, but yeah, nice waiting rift there. KXY should be out. Mini's exorcism is about to expire. The problem is they dropped the Serpent Ward so far back to try and get the kill here onto this Dark Willow that they don't have that chipping away at the tower, and so this is the first time we've seen wards drop this game, and it doesn't result in anything despite all the tower push that we're talking about that the Dire have. They're not really getting any more towers here. Oh, Blink Dragon Tail in the mid lane. They catch the Enchantress. Well played there by Mariano. That's going to be his Blink reveal, I believe.
In the end, she tired.
Yeah, that's been the story for Nuage's this game, though. Just seems to, well, Fluffy Tail seems to go down again and again. You don't really have an amazing frontliner. We talked about that during the draft. You have the Death Prophet who's kind of running at people, but hard for her to keep anyone locked down. Ooh. Lose Jupiter.
May do indeed.
May you ride on nether zephyrs.
Sorry, I was distracted by the beautiful spell icons on the new DK set.
Someone
Yeah, isn't it pretty? Dragon Tail isn't a shield, even though it says shield.
Hey, we're not gonna talk about that. He just stabs you and it stuns you. That's what he does.
Yeah, I would be stunned if I was stabbed, to be honest. I would
Ooh,
probably
Blink
stop
Dragon
moving.
Tail out. Once again, they did the silence, though, onto the Witch Doctor. There's going to be the Coil, the Terrorize to follow up. Beautiful combination here. Infamous trying to take another one here onto the Death Prophet, healing up as much as he can, but it's not going to happen. The Stone Gaze from Medusa trying to stave off this Broodmother for the time being, but he's going to try and cut them off on the backside, but he can't do it alone, and they will back off here on the Dire. A 2-for-1.
And this Enchantress is getting blown up in these fights. The Fluffy Hats try to have a little bit more HP to, I don't know, punish them for going on her. Maybe survive that burst and walk away, but tons of damage to work with right now. These heroes do quite a bit. Dark Willow and the Witch Doctor here. Medusa going down, I think it's just a result of her not having a Dispel, not being able to buy any time while soul siphoning people, or spirit siphoning them rather. So Yule's being worked on now. After that, maybe a little bit of armor. This bottom lane. Broodmother looking to take it out, but Medusa now has a little bit of an easier time dealing with these spiders, and she can clear them out in just a couple of clicks.
Yeah, absolutely. Going for the Aghanim Scepter is the next item. A big nuisance to deal with. Not going to be anywhere close to that 15 or 20, or that 20 talent. She'll have the 15 talent probably around when she picks it up, but the 20 talent is what makes this item so dang strong. It doesn't pop illusions anymore like it used to, right? Stone Gaze doesn't have that effect?
No. I'm like 90% sure no.
Like, I remember it used to. Maybe the Stone Gaze does, but I don't think the Mystic Snake does.
No.
Because I remember for the longest time, like, CK Core was, like, good, and then everyone's like, oh, I'm just going to go, like, just straight Aghanim Scepter and have it at 15 minutes on Medusa, and your hero's useless.
Mm-hmm.
That was a time to be alive.
Yeah, but no, illusions don't just instantly pop anymore. Unless they added that when they added the event just now, which I don't think they would have done.
Nemesis, casual, like secret buff to Medusa.
Yeah, not right now when Medusa's already strong.
They're smoking up to the top lane. They know they're going to be up here. The question is where Mariano going to find new Ages. Not the target they're looking for, but that is a classic get down, Mr. President.
Oh, you thought you were
As
winning?
Death Prophet TP's out behind him.
And the sacrificial dough,
God,
as
it's
you would.
childhood all over again watching Bambi. I mean, an undescriptive movie about a deer.
Yeah, thank you.
My bad.
Generic deer movie.
Rhymes with Mambi.
Yeah, Bambi, I think was the name of it.
Yeah, just your regular movie.
Yeah. Broodmother, beginning to fall off, I imagine. We talked about that, but he's going to be able to clear out the spiders a little bit easier now. Farming up right now that Solar Crest has the pipe. Doesn't have the... Yeah, it doesn't have Guardian Greaves completed yet, I don't believe. And is not working on them right now, actually, just as the mana boots. They go on top of her. Maybe not the best move. Death Prophet's here.
Great silence once again on the death ward. They haven't been able to channel that death ward for more than a second in every single one of these fights. It's just some zoning spells here as they just disengage on the side of Infamous. You were right, man. Just didn't seem like the right target.
I mean, they tried. I don't think they saw the Death Prophet coming. That silence off was like instant there under the Witch Doctor.
They will retake their bottom outpost here, but they saw 3 showing bottom, and they go right into the Roche pit. As a result, they drop the wards. The exorcism is there. I think New Ages is trapped.
Oh, no. Did they pause to talk about this one?
Did they trap him? Hold on.
They did. He's stuck there. He can't get out.
I can't tell if there's a ward in front of him. I'm trying to...
Hey, hold on. Let me switch to... No, that mode isn't going to do it. Hold on. Let's see if I can maybe... How do you rotate? I know you can hit like, what, page up and down?
For what?
In Warcraft 3 to get a different camera angle.
Oh,
I forget what the hockey is in Dota.
I don't know. Man, it's really close. I can't quite tell. It looks like there might be a gap on her right, but if she's blocked, that is going to be hilarious.
No, I'm pretty sure she's stuck. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm pretty sure she's stuck there. What's the collision size of the Mass Serpent wards? Is it 12 or?
That is not a number I just have on the top of my head, unfortunately.
I know Medusa has a regular collision size. I forget what the collision size for the wards is. 16. All right. I had to look that one up real quick.
Are Veno wards or Serpent wards larger?
That one I think they're larger. The Veno wards.
Okay, that's what I would have guessed too.
Serpent wards are smaller. I'm pretty sure the Veno wards have the same collision size as the hero. They might be slightly smaller though. But yeah, I'm pretty sure with 16 she's trapped.
Yeah, that's gonna be funny.
Yeah,
I mean, they've got the damage
on,
for this for sure. Like they've got, the Terrorblade in here with the Metamorphosis, the Exorcism pop, the Radiant. They don't know that this is happening. No scan available. But all of this set up by the bait from Broodmother is Sexy Fat just like TP'd right back to the mid lane immediately. So they definitely want to fight. Pipes on cooldown. I mean, this Broodmother doesn't really have any spells. I mean, use like team fighting spells. She does have spawn spiderlings and 1 spin web, but
oh, she's not trapped. Boo! Boring. Yeah, she would have been fine regardless though. Look how much she's healing with the untouchable and the nature's attendants.
Wasn't that as much as I just wanted her to be like stuck there after the Roche fight,
I wanted to see her panicking, moving back and forth inside the wards. That's what the viewers are here for.
Yeah.
That's a sheer shock.
It's all right. We're just providing entertainment value in the middle of a pause as everyone's, pause champing like, oh, is she stuck?
Yeah, pause champ, that's a thing.
You don't know what pause champ is?
No, yeah, I've told you. I've got the soul of an old man.
That's right. A soul of an old anime watcher. Come on, hurry. What do you mean, old man? Oh, KXY might get find by Jupiter. Nice coil, but still hiding in the trees here. They're gonna go ahead and TP on in here as Dragon Knight catches the Hex instead. There's gonna be the Dragon Tail, and you know, a decent attempt there from Jupiter, but even with Sexy Fact there, I don't think they get that kill.
Yeah, I'm not sure they get that one either. A bold move, but you know, you lose the Shadow Shaman, but Dream Coral uncooling on for another 50 seconds right now. Might feel confident to push this tower at the bottom lane with the Death Prophet if they continue this aggression on top.
They got Alpha Wolf.
Yep, they got Exorcism up in another 5 seconds here as well. Looks like Minnie's thinking about it.
Absolutely. It's kind of hard without the rest of your team, though. Committing an Exorcism? All right, they're just going to do it. Force them back instead. Top. The TP comes in from Medusa. If they can cancel some of these, it would be huge. Bottom lane, though, they get the Death Ward out onto the Enchantress. She pops that barrier, trying to keep herself alive for the time being. Shadow Shaman ends up going down top to Mariano.
Fun fact, there is actually one instance of Maledict that ticks after the Maledict is done. And that just finished off the Enchantress.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Dude, I actually don't understand why I can't. Okay, I got the death summary finally.
Yep. I'm pretty sure that's what finished her off. She survived that last tick, it looked like. And then there was like the post tick of like, you know, there's the burst damage and then like the damage per second, right? I think it was damage per second that finished her off.
No, the on her death summary, it's 257 magic burst right at the very end. She had she took 19 and the 257 at like pretty much the same time.
I know there's one instance of damage that happens afterwards. I thought this would finish her off there.
Wow.
It looked like she might have been able to survive that one. The extra magic damage on the Grobo made the difference there because it was pretty close.
Very nice.
But yeah, punished for popping in that Exorcism. They did force the Fortify to come out from the other team. They were also forced to get back. Couldn't take that tier 2 tower. The top means outposts are not obtainable yet.
Yep, still not. I mean, the good thing is they able to like they force DP off bottom lane with the Exorcism. It only ends up doing a few hundred damage to the tower. At the end of the day, though, it is going to be a constant threat. If that's a situation where like Terrorblade's there as well, I mean that tower is gone.
But he's still farming, working on this Eye of Scotty. Pretty important in this game when we talked about it against ranged cores.
He's got it
Pretty
actually.
big deal.
It is
Just
delivered.
now, yeah, there it is. And there
I'm
goes
sorry.
Puck.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you know, hexed up, shackled up, and you're gone. You got the Aether Lens here on the Shadow Shaman. That's all you need.
Yeah. And he goes and finally drops the wards in this tier 1 tower, and they'll get themselves a nice extra bonus kill there. This one on the tower. Mini setting up bottom lane. They might actually rotate to defend the tier 1 here. Or are they just going to go tier 2? All right, yeah, they have Terrorblade top. He's got an Arcane Rune. He wants to push this tower. Not opting to use Metamorphosis quite yet, though. Maybe he just
Well, they've got
doesn't need
Fortify
it.
available again. They're worried about that one. They had just taken down a tier 1 tower, so refresh that.
Yeah,
There you go,
don't
tier
bother
2
using
now
it.
then.
All right. They'll take 2 towers. There's no way they trade 2 for 2 on towers here. Yeah, Michael's going to get the TP out. Mini unable to come stop that, but we'll clean up the creep wave now. So overall, a pretty good win here again for the Dire. I mean, they got a 3K gold lead. Everything kind of going their way for the time being.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Now, yeah, things going their way. Medusa, you know, she gets another couple items. Could be a little bit easier for her, but at this point, Terrorblade is looking pretty scary. What's he working on next? Is BKB here, so
Needs
they
it
do
for
have
sure.
a lot of magical damage. Yeah.
He can't afford to get
hopefully-
stone gazed by the Medusa, right? Like, he just needs to be able to pop meta and right click down every single one of these units. And by stone gaze, I mean like by the serpent, not actual stone gaze. Clearly that pierces spell immunity. I am not stupid. Thank you.
Smile.
So, Neph, did you know mostly only stupid people say that they're not stupid?
If you know, it's like you telling me I'm a bad person for shouting, "I'm not a bad person. I'm a good person" at the top of my lungs all the time. I don't know.
Sounds like a
I think you're
spicy
making
Saturday
stuff up.
evening, Neph. Smoke up into the mid lane. Dragon Knight trying to find something sexy fat just hiding in the trees, but they found him now. In comes the coil. They got the Broodmother. The damage there almost certainly is a Terrorize. Going to send him right back into the Medusa. Mariano's going to find that one. I mean, that was a decent attempt to pop that smoke, but stuck around just a little bit too long. I guess he also just didn't have vision of his own. Like, right?
Yeah.
Hiding in the trees there.
Yeah, rough place to be, though, especially against a puck. You know, every time this coils up, you are under threat to dying to him. Speaking of the puck, he actually opted to go Desolator this game.
I saw that. Yes, this is my favorite puck build.
Yeah, this is actually quite good this game, especially against the Shadow Shaman and the Enchantress. These heroes don't really have much armor to work with. You do a lot of right-click damage between the Witchblade and the Desolator, especially given the fact that you picked up an Imp Claw.
Yeah, and you have
you're gonna be
phase
able
shift
to...
attack, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, so good.
So you deal with the Untouchable from the Enchantress and blew up pretty quickly with this. I mean, she's got herself a Hooded Defiance and 2 Fluffy Hats. Doesn't have any magic resist yet on the Shadow Shaman, but again, these low armor heroes you're punishing pretty hard. Death Prophet as well hasn't opted to pick up any armor items, which has surprised me. I thought be doing that pretty quickly after getting that Hooded Defiance. Instead, has opted to go for a BKB. So dealing with these item pickups quite well on this puck.
Yeah.
KXY is a gamer.
Do you imagine that the fluffy hat is made of faux fur? I would imagine Enchantress would not buy them otherwise, right?
Yeah.
Definitely not real.
Yeah, it's fake.
Okay, good. Just clarification there. Sexy fat top lane might be in trouble here, but Manny rotate on the background. He does get his smoke popped. He knows someone's nearby, but no vision from either team makes it a little bit difficult.
Looks like everyone's gonna back off for now. People are working on their next couple of items anyway. Medusa managed to finish this Eye of Scotty, Aghanim Scepter, Manta Style, Dragonlance. Now working on the Butterfly. She gets level 20. She might want to take a fight. You know, we talked about that in the previous game. That plus 35% Mystic Snake mana gain. Very important to your sustainability in the team fights, being able to get your mana back up to full.
And there it is. Like you said, dude, imagine misclicking that talent.
Getting plus 2 seconds Stone Gaze duration? Yeah, not me. Thank you.
That's
that one's actually a good talent, so it kind of sucks
yeah,
to
it
one
is.
around.
It's a good talent, but it's just that other talent, Mystic Snake Mana Gain, has been so broken for so long that it still blows my mind it's even in the game. But yeah, that's like a moment where you like take your hands off the keyboard completely, and you're like, okay, I need to press the right button to get the right talent.
Yeah, with that talent, you can stone people twice. I don't think you can without it.
That is correct,
Or
yeah.
You can't without it, yeah. So that's what made it really good, but now you have to choose between one or the other. So if you get stoned once, you kind of stand your ground against the Medusa. It was a pretty big deal that after you were stoned once, you still had to look away from her in these team fights. Or stand your ground and get stoned a second time and just die and lose the game and look embarrassed in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Speaking of, ooh, I think they'd commit onto her there. It was looking like it there for a moment.
It did. Like the Enchantress was like, I'm ready to press enchant, guys, just go. But they are not wanting to do the same. A little bit of different page here for these guys. Titan Sliver drop. Okay, Medusa has a lot of good options now. She has Titan Sliver and Spider Legs, opting to go to the Titan Sliver. Give herself that status resist. Terrorblade also has a Titan Sliver, so balance in all things.
Yeah, you're playing against a Shadow Shaman. You want that status resist.
Yeah.
You might just end up getting a Sanj and Yasha later, disassembling the Manta Style. I mean, that actually sounds kind of crazy, but status resist is good.
Status resist equals good. I can't wait for it to be removed from the game in the next match.
I mean, people build Sanj and Yasha on Phantom Lancer.
Dude,
Even
like
though Manta Style is
Sanj
so good.
Kaya is built despite Kaya being almost garbage because Sanj is good. Like that should be a thing.
Yeah. All right, you have your Aghanim Shard as well on the Medusa.
That's a lot
throwing
of
back
jungle
in
items.
Yeah.
Oh, she went back for the Elven Tunic. All right, she's actually pretty happy about that one. Evasion's basically status resist, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you don't have. I mean, in this game, it's effective HP for her is the idea, and it allows her to do more damage.
You are playing against the Terra Blade. That's where the majority of the damage is going to come from. It's not going to do anything. You can't evade the Exorcism. But TB is your main concern in these fights going forward here, who does not have an MKB, and I imagine won't have an MKB for some time. So a lot of evasion on you so far between that level 10 talent and the Elven Tunic.
Dude, Spider Legs on Death Prophet is one of the best feeling heroes in the game to have this item. It is so sick.
Yeah, being able to go up and down hills, play around vision, and that extra burst of movement speed when you're either trying to run heroes down, get away, or play with that Exorcism.
Yeah. I mean, Exorcism is a percentage-based movement speed bonus, right? So stacking that with the Spider Legs and the ability to be able to play around with Spirit Siphon is just so sick.
Yeah, I don't know why the Death Prophet doesn't swap the Null Talisman out with the boots if he's only on the Spider Legs. There could be negotiations going on with who gets Spider Legs.
Oh, three-man silence, but Mariano just jumps in onto the high ground, and Medusa is there, trying to just CC them up, but Terrorblade just pops the meta. Mariano goes down. He was just trapped all by himself. He's going to buy himself back into this game. They want to get more here on the side of the Dire. They've got to get more. They pop the Exorcism and this Metamorphosis for this. They're going to start whittling down this Roshan. The web's starting to come out here from the Broodmother, but wrapping around onto the backside is going to be KXY. He finds the Shadow Shaman, drops him, no problem at all. The coil going to hold Broodmother in place. He does pick up that gem. Blink stun onto the Terrorblade. Terrorize comes out. He's got a BKB though. Gonna turn that on right away. Start feeding into this Medusa, maybe to the Dark Willow. He's got to pick a target. They got to get something here. Medusa still has Manta, gonna get a little bit of mana back, or all of her mana back. Oh, she's actually pretty low. Pops that Stone Gaze though, a two-man Curse Crown. It catches them both. The Death Prophet goes down as well as Sexy back. KXY from the high ground, giving the vision, looking for more. Mariano trying to close the gap, does have Dragon Tail. Nuage is not gonna be so lucky here. They got plenty of damage to deal with him. Double kill for the Medusa.
And that gem is picked up on the backline after the team fight. Broodmother had it before she ended up going down. Now they start running down mid. They go for this tower. Medusa's got her eyes on the prize. Roshan, Aegis Cheese, and Aghanim Shard.
This is a huge Rosh.
Yeah, so tier 2 tower, they win the team fight, and they get themselves a second Rosh. Aegis Cheese, Aghanim Shard.
No, they actually had
a lot of us.
They had two of the shards I thought they were going to go for already. So, I mean, I'm guessing you go to DKs for the Fireball? No.
No.
They give it to Witch Doctor, the Voodoo Switcheroo.
I'm a big fan.
It's a good spell. A lot of mana, which is why I was a little bit hesitant about him taking it. It is 250 mana. It is a big cooldown and a ton of mana.
Oh, they'll send out a clarity.
He needs some mana boots, baby. This guy needs needs some help. The fact that it costs more than Death Ward is crazy to me. Like, that is such a ridiculous mana cost for this ability.
Yeah. It is pretty good, though. I mean, replacing yourself with the Death Ward, you phase out of existence for a moment. It can switcheroo things on the enemies when they commit onto you.
Yeah, they're like, oh, guys, he drooped Death Ward. And then they, like, get the silence, and they're like, oh, better call an ambulance.
But not for me. All right. Let's see. Yeah, they lost a lot off that last team fight there. I feel like a lot of it was due to this Puck's build. I mean, being able to get on the Shadow Shaman backline, blow him up before he's able to get any abilities off, because this massive amount of right-click damage he has. Now he's jumping around the team fights with his Blink Dagger Aeon Disc, Boots of Travel. He moves so incredibly quickly, and you can't lock him down anymore. This Puck is a massive issue.
Yep.
Your backline cannot exist. And I don't think your Terrorblade is ready to like carry the game by himself anymore.
Not quite. I mean, the Medusa with this Daedalus does just do so much damage, and they don't have like the wait a minute. They're just gonna Zerg bottom. You don't win in the base race here on Infamous. You do have to respond to this. They go ahead and TP in, and Chantress almost gets completely bursted and ends up going down to Michael. Real quick fingers there from KXY.
Yeah. Everybody else forced back, but at the very least it ends up getting them off their top rack, so it'll buy them a little bit of time. Terrorblade completed his butterfly in the middle of Valkyrie, just flown that one out to him, but I imagine, they'll switch over from butterfly to MKB right now on the Medusa. Realize I need to be dealing with this TB threat. He's very big right now, but I do think they can still able to deal with him. He hasn't gotten to like the ultra late game.
Yeah, I mean, this game was so close for so long, just like you said, up until that Roche fight, where now they have an 8K gold lead. XP wise, we're up almost almost 15,000, 13,000 per moment. Smoked up here on the Dire. Sexy Fat sitting on the high ground here. Does see this Invis rune. I love the Dark Willow
Shard.
Yeah, it's so good. Just the faster Curse Crown, like, take rate. Oh, Mariano jumps in. Nice blink. The Witch Doctor's just dead to an illusion. A lot of damage coming in from those. And Mariano, oh, he gets the cheese off just in time. Nice cancel there from the puck, but the damage from the Terrorblade is starting to work. Pops the Stone Gaze. He's gonna be able to hold down that Terrorblade for the moment, but he is hexed up. Medusa, she's got the Aegis, but she's got nothing. No help quite yet. KXY looking to maybe come back into this. He's got an Aeon Disc, but he's just getting zoned out, canceling the blink. He pops the Manta. He's trying to keep himself alive, but the damage from the Terrorblade is just too dang much. The control is there, and BINOMISTAS absolutely crush Infamous despite the Aegis and Cheese advantage.
Binging at the favorable initiation there, blowing up that Medusa. The first time the TB has hit his timing, just completed his butterfly. So much damage coming out from him in this team fight. And the reflection as well. The Medusa played a pretty big part in bringing down her own team there, I feel.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, they got the Hex. He gets the Aeon to save there, but KXY, blink in a couple seconds. I mean, this is just space made. They could have potentially taken mid tower here in the process, but instead KXY pulls them around the map a little bit.
Making space for his team, and that's what this Boots of Travel build is all about, being able to buy that extra time. Now working on that Aghanim Scepter, realizing, all right, I probably should have had this earlier. I need to be able to buy a little bit of time when this Terrorblade pops the BKB, because now he's just ripping through Medusa, who doesn't have the extra survivability against him. Without that butterfly, and doesn't have the MKB completed yet to deal with this TB's evasion. Because he's got butterfly and the level 10 talent. He's dodging a lot of these attacks. You know, this is where the build on the puck is starting to feel a little bit bad. It could have gone a more of a magical damage build, like Spell Amp, maybe like Veil of Discord or something instead. Ooh.
Wow, tier 3 goes down to the Spider Army. Terrorblade does find the DK Courier top lane, and like you said, he's about to have that MKB. I mean, at this point, you just sell the boots, right?
Yeah. Maybe take up Spider Legs instead. I mean, you have the Titan Sliver, which does feel pretty nice. All that status resist, we talked about that. Assault Cross just completed right now on the Broodmother, by the way. Pretty big deal.
All right, that's a sick pickup. Going back for the Guardian Greaves now as well. This Brood is substantially farmed. A lot of times I see Broodmothers, you know, they get off to a great start and then they kind of fall off around this stage of the game where they're not able to keep up with a lot of these other cores, but she's, you know, substantially ahead of the Dragon Knight, closing in onto the puck as well. So shout out to Sexy Fat, he's having a great game. Oh, Jupiter, he's found the Medusa, he gets the Hex, he's gonna get the Shackles as well, holding him in place, but Benny on the backside, he's just looking for Mariano. That's gonna be a dieback. They even take down the Dark Willow. Medusa out of mana, surrounded. These traps by Jupiter. Incredible plays by him as 4 just go down, and they don't have buyback. Neph, that might just be the end of the game.
Wait, they're getting back right now, or they're waiting for the creep wave.
Yeah,
they've got
creep wave's coming.
Pop. Yeah, he's gonna tear through this tier 3 tower in no time at all, and they might realize they don't have buyback. Just go for tier 4s.
Yeah, they're gonna go straight tier 4s. Absolutely, you got Exorcism still up. Does now find Expire, but Benny trying to get the most out of this meta. That's it. The GGs come out. Infamous had a huge lead in this game, and somehow BINOMISTAS pull it back.
That was incredible. I mean, one good fight they managed to take against the Aegis Cheese. I mean, they realized that they had this amazing timing here on the TV, and they didn't have the item to deal with them anymore. Outranged that Medusa, didn't have enough damage for him. I mean, yes, Puck's build, amazing if you can get a great initiation on the backline, blow up Jupiter, and they had so many times, but eventually he was getting those disables off. He was getting those wards off, and KXY, you know, he had too tall of an order trying to jump that backline before they can click any skills. Especially as that like continued to go on. Jupiter eventually did have that Aeon Disc. Puck just couldn't do that job he was supposed to with that Desolator anymore. They let the TB get too farmed, and they didn't end the game when they had the opportunity to. So BINOMISTAS, they managed to take this game against Infamous, which is a massive shock to me.
Yeah, this is a really big game for them. Obviously, tournament lives on the line for both of these teams, right? This is TI Quals. It's a best of 3 here. It's an elimination game in the lower bracket, and Infamous has just been shaky. You know, they got kicked out right away in the upper bracket. They did get a 2-0 earlier today, but BINOMISTAS are looking spicy, man. That was a sick performance by them. Jupiter, I think, in my opinion, probably has to be the MVP here. Benny did go 5-0 and 3 though. So a flawless score from him, but Jupiter had some amazing traps here and grabs onto this Medusa over and over and over, and isolating him in the fight away from his team was just a game changer. So really well played there, and we're going to be going to game number 2. Neph, any other thoughts, final thoughts before we go to a quick break?
A bit of a shaky start for BINOMISTAS there on the Dire. I mean, top lane, I feel like that didn't go your way at all. You had amazing performance in the Dark Willow. You zoned the Enchantress out, wasn't able to do anything. But turn the game around in the end. You make TB come online, and that's exactly what they needed. They hit that perfect timing, managing to win that team fight, and took the game off that before Medusa could get the items that she needed to be able to bring down the Terrorblade. So great job playing around that timing there for them.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Stay tuned. We'll be back with game number 2 of this lower bracket elimination, Infamous versus BINOMISTAS. Stay tuned.